Hey there guys, this is Sam
And Justin
at the Survival Review, and today we're going to be talking about a movie that inspired a series.
Yes.
That is very, very near and dear to my heart.
Me too. Not as much as you, but...
even though he's the one with the poster. But Evil Dead.
And we're going to be talking about it because today is October 1st. So we're doing our usual thing where we review a ton of horror movies during this month.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Good movie to start with.
Fantastic movie to start with. The Evil Dead series in general has been one of my favorite film series ever for a very long time. So I've got a lot to say about this. Now, Evil Dead 1 was a very simple movie.
Yes.
It didn't have anything complex about it to, like the sequels kind of do.
The plot of Evil Dead is a group of people go to a cabin in the woods, find a evil book called the Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon, and unleash demons who possess people, and that's the plot.
There are possessed people in this cabin in the woods.
So original.
Exactly. It's not the plot that you love.
Yeah, the plot of the movie is not original, but the movie is.
Yes. It's directed by Sam Raimi.
Yes.
One of my favorite directors.
Yes.
And his style is
off the wall.
It's fantastic. It's great. It's just so insane.
The movies wouldn't be the same if he didn't direct it. If it was the entire same crew and cast, it would still be a totally different movie.
Exactly.
That's how crazy his style is and how obvious his style is.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
He just has a very particular way of doing things. Mm-hmm. Very creepy, intense a lot of the times. He just does an incredible job.
And we have to bring up the movie stars, Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
This is where he got his start, really.
And the funniest part is that what people don't know is that this movie is not the Bruce Campbell we know and love in this movie. Not the one-liners or smart.
Not sarcastic or anything. He's just, it's a somewhat serious role.
Yeah.
And
in fact, he's the weakest character in the movie until the ending.
It's
I mean, it's not really a spoiler since everybody knows, but the movie kind of plays out with you not thinking that Ash is the main character.
Yeah.
And then by the time everybody gets taken out and it's just Ash, that's Bruce Campbell's character. When it's just him, then he becomes the stronger character, and that's what makes it funny because you're just wait, this guy's our hero. This guy can't do anything.
The loser who
the guy gets pinned down by a piece of wood in one scene. Just this shelf is on him and he can't get up.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
The effects.
I was just about to say the effects in this movie and all the others are completely off the wall, crazy, just over the top gore.
Yes, if you like gore, you will like this movie.
Absolutely.
It's insane.
When I first saw this movie, I was pretty young to be seeing the Evil Dead movies, but I saw Evil Dead 1 and 2 in the same night. And I was blown away because I had never seen this much blood and gore in a movie before.
Yeah.
And it's just such a...
It's nuts.
It's ridiculous, but I love it.
And the thing about that is it's not just a bunch of gory kills. It's a bunch of unique, crazy things that happen.
Just very weird things.
If the end of the movie just ended with Bruce Campbell waking up and everything's fine and he was just crazy, you would believe it because that's how crazy the movie gets.
Yeah.
There's scenes of him just going to touch a mirror and it turns into water and stuff like that. It's just insane.
It's
surreal at times.
Yeah. It's a very difficult movie to describe. Comparing it to the sequels is weird because the sequels are a lot more they add the comedic element.
Yeah, there's more comedy.
This movie didn't have that much.
The story, it plays it straight, but it has comedic moments throughout.
Yes, it does have comedic moments.
It's not the horror comedy that the series is known for, especially when you get to Army of Darkness. That's a totally different thing than this movie. It's really removed from this movie.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, but it has comedic elements, and there are a few probably moments that are unintentionally funny due to it being a bit outdated at times. But there's some legitimately funny moments, mostly just sick funny moments.
Yeah. And like we said, the gore and the effects are really great for the extremely low budget.
Yeah, the fact that it was like a low budget.
A very low budget movie.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of people in a cabin in the woods making a movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it really was.
And another thing worth mentioning are just the crazy, like, creatures. The actual creature effects are very crazy. There's
all the makeup and stuff like that. It was really good.
It's really crazy, and just there's a decent bit of there's a little bit of stop motion in this one, right?
Yeah. In the ending.
Yeah, and it's great.
I keep saying the word crazy because it is. The ending is crazy.
But we love it.
I know.
It's so...
Such an amazing movie.
It's such a fun movie. We're not really doing a great way of describing why.
We're not doing it justice,
But all we can do is recommend that you go watch this movie if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's so worth it.
It is. But in my opinion, the series only gets better.
Yeah, definitely.
And most people will agree with that.
No, it's not saying anything bad about this one. No. This one's still great. But yeah, the series just grows as it goes on.
Yeah.
And gets even crazier as it goes on. A little less gory as it goes on. I'd say this one's the most graphic out of them all. Definitely. But I think it also is the low budgetness that makes it feel graphic.
Yeah.
Like, that's like how whenever I was a kid, that's why I always, like, the original Dawn of the Dead always affected me more because it was all old school practical effects. So, like, even though, like, maybe newer movies I saw were more gory, that one freaked me out a bit more because it felt more real.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this is, especially with it being so low budget and the effects being so great. That just makes it a little more disturbing and creepy to watch. Because there's a lot of, like, cringe moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he stabs the pencil into the foot and stuff like that. There's a lot of cringe-worthy moments, like, because it's so painful.
Most definitely. It's a lot more gritty than the other two movies. The other two movies are just kind of fun for the most part. But this one it's actually got a bit of grit to it. Mm-hmm. It's really...
Just because of, like, how low budget and, like, small it was.
But I love it.
Yeah, so out of 10.
Out of 10, I can't not give it a 10.
I know, 10.
I can't not give it a 10 out of 10.
That was an easy decision.
Yeah, it's an easy decision for me, and you're probably going to be hearing that number a couple more times.
Yeah.
But, that's Evil Dead 1. Not too much to say about the plot, but a lot to say about how great the movie is in itself.
A lot to say about everything else in the movie.
And that's about all we've got to say.
We'll be back for Evil Dead 2.
See you guys then.